Want to achieve your dream goal? Listen to the tips from the guy who made it happen to himself. I dropped 70 pounds going from a 4X to a 1X in 4 years. I went from 10K to 6 figures without a college degree. You too can get the goals you set. It's time to live your best life now. I'm your host, Tony Woodall, and welcome to Goal Getting Podcast. Hello, goal getters. Welcome to Goal Getting Podcast. This is Tony Woodall, your host for today's show. I really do appreciate you coming by and listening. You have a lot of choices in the podcast world today, and I appreciate you listening to Goal Getting Podcast. Today, folks, is the 6-month anniversary of our launch. How about that? 6 months since we launched in February of this year. I tell you what, I am so excited. I launched on February 25th of 2015, which is my birthday. I planned on launching in November of 2014. However, the imposter syndrome got me. Voices telling me I wasn't good enough. Other people were already doing what I was doing and were doing it better than I could ever do it. All those things that the imposter syndrome brings out to make you think that you're just not good enough to do that. And how many of you have suffered from the imposter syndrome? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah, I know. Yep, we've all done it, and it continues to plague people, myself included. Every now and then they want to come back. But, the imposter syndrome is something you just need to get over. I procrastinated until I happened to call Joel Boggess, one of my current mentors right now, and the host of the Relaunch Show podcast. Joel and his wife, Dr. Pei, had a Q&A session for podcasters, and I called in to talk about some of the issues that I was having trying to work a full-time job and, do podcasting and find the time to do it all. And, as I was talking to him about it, he stopped me and he says, "Tony, I hear the imposter in your voice. Are you facing the imposter syndrome?" And I almost started tears welling up in my eyes. I'm going, yeah, honestly, I am. And he said, "Well, Tony, you need to kick him to the curb. Kick him out of your house, kick him out of your life, and get on with it and do what you need to do." And I got to thinking, he's absolutely right. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do the podcast on goal getting because I had done it before. I've created a podcast back in 2004 and 2005. So I knew how to do a podcast, and I had taught people the goal getting program, the goal getting don't just set them, get them program. I taught it to realtors and mortgage bankers back when I was doing, being a loan officer and working with those people. I knew what I was doing, but no, I started thinking and feeling sorry for myself that I'm just not smart enough to do that, and, I could hear him and, understood exactly what Joel was saying. So I kicked him to the curb. I kicked that imposter out of my house, and I scheduled to launch on February 25th, 2015, my birthday. I wanted it to be symbolic of my next year and going into a new part of my life. So I started going over the 9 steps to successful goal achievement from my ebook of the same name, which again, also was something that I had been struggling with. I'd actually had that ebook on my computer in basic outline format for years, probably since 2004 and 2005. And I never got around to finishing it until I decided to kick the imposter out of the house. And I decided to also launch it on February 15th on Amazon.com. So I did the same thing. I just went ahead and kicked him out and started doing the things that I needed to do. So have you thought about that? Are you facing the imposter syndrome? Have you been struggling with getting things done that you really wanted to do because you have these nagging voices, not like that kind of nagging voices, but, as you're trying to do something, you start feeling like, I'm not good enough, or I don't have a college degree, or, whatever it is, that imposter syndrome is just kicking your butt, and you just have to kick them to the curb, as Joel Boggess said, and get on with it and do what you need to do. So that's what I did. I started the podcast. I completed the ebook, 9 Steps to Successful Goal Achievement. I published it on Amazon.com. I started and launched my podcast, Goal Getting Podcast, on February 15th, and we have been going for 6 months now. It is an amazing, and you can still get a free copy of the 9 Steps to Successful Goal Achievement ebook on our website at goalgettingpodcast.com/9 steps, number 9 steps. And you can get a free copy of that. And when you go to our website, it'll probably pop up with the thing that you can sign up for and get it in your email as well. A little pop up there to help you do that quickly. And, I'm going to be taking this down, the free offer on 9/8, and the price will go up to $2.99 on Amazon.com and through my website as well. So, if you want to get that, go ahead and get it now, before, September the 9th, and we'll get that to you for free. And anyway, I started interviewing guests on Goal Getting Podcast as well that share expertise in specific areas that I believed may help you with some of your goals that you're working on that are similar to what they had achieved. So what have you thought about our guests? Have they helped you any? I spoke with one of our listeners, Kevin Lee. He said that he thought the guest format was great. So but what do you think? If you have questions or comments about that, you can go to our show notes. The show notes today are going to be goalgettingpodcast.com/6 months. 6 months, the number 6 months. goalgettingpodcast.com/6 months. No spaces, just 6, number 6, MONTHS. So you can go to our goalgettingpodcast.com/number 6 months and, check out our show notes. And there's a comment section at the bottom. If you'd leave a comment, let me know what you think about, our guest format and how that's working out. Who is your favorite guest you've heard so far? We've had several great guests, and I've got a few more lined up for the rest of this year. And I would love to hear what your comments and thoughts are on those guests. Who's your favorite? Which one meant the most to you, or did you learn the most from? That helped you continue to achieve your goals. And that would be very helpful for me going forward. So if you would let me know who your favorite guest is and what you think of that format, I would appreciate it. One of the questions that I ask my guests is, what quote hangs on your wall? And the reason I do that is because quotes can be very inspirational or motivational for us. And I started thinking maybe I should share these quotes with you in a short 3 to 5 minute segment daily. On July 1st, I started the Goal Getting Quote of the Day series. It was a resounding success. We've had many people that have listened since then, and our listeners continue to grow each week. So I want to thank you for listening and for confirming that you like hearing goals in the format of a Goal Getting Quote of the Day. We'll continue the quote of the day as long as you still enjoy them. So again, on the show notes page, if you like the quote of the day, let me know. If you have any suggestions, let me know about that as well. And I've mentioned in the quote of the day, if you enjoy our quotes, please share them with your friends. But also, I do a lot of graphics and images on my show notes page for each of the quote of the days. And that's a tough job. It takes me longer to do that than probably anything, including recording and writing what I'm going to say and everything about each quote. So I've actually asked everybody that listens to Quote of the Day, and I'm going to ask you if you'd like to help and you have a quote that you find motivational or something that inspires you or something that hangs on your wall, if you would put that into a quote art, graphic of some sort to, make it nice looking and, put the quote in there and who said the quote. And if you'll send that to me, at tony@goalgettingpodcast.com if you join the Goal Getter Nation, signing up on the website. So I have your email address that we can communicate. And, if you do that and it's a great quote, I'll put your name and your quote on an episode of the Quote of the Day, and you'll get the cred for that, and you'll be able to be on the Goal Getting Quote of the Day. So I would love to have you as part of our team to help me with that, as a graphics team and creating those, quote art, as I call them, so that we can have those out there. Since many of you have shown that you like to have quotes and you love them, I put together a monthly quote pack with 20 awesome quotes and images. And then I'm also going to be setting it up so that you can subscribe and get the 20 new quotes and images each month for just $4.99 per month. That's $4.99 per month. And if you like this idea, do me a favor, go to goalgettingpodcast.com/images and sign up today. If we get 25 people signed up by September 8th, I will ship that month, and you'll be able to subscribe for 1 year for just $49. If you want to do it yearly instead of on a monthly basis. So go to goalgettingpodcast.com/images and sign up today, and let me know and confirm your interest in that. So it's been a great 6 months, and I just really can't thank you enough. I appreciate you listening to Goal Getting Podcast, whether you're a first-time listener or a member of the Goal Getter Nation. Thank you so much. And I guess I have to tell you, I have recently achieved one of my big goals for next year. Yeah, that's right. Next year, I've already achieved one of my big goals. And I recently did a Toastmasters speech about that, and I'm going to kind of share it with you a little bit today. I started my speech in Toastmasters by playing Kacey Musgraves' song, Follow Your Arrow. And I wish I could play it for you here. I'm going to try to find a clip from it on YouTube or something and put that on the show notes page so that you can hear it. But if not, you can go to iTunes and listen to it if you have an iTunes account and listen to it, or just probably Google it and you'll be able to find it somewhere out there. But I encourage you to go out and get the song from Kacey Musgraves. It came out in October 2013, and it's really a great song. And it really means a lot to me. I've actually made that my theme song for 2014 and 2015 after I heard it. I made it my theme song. So I'm going to say the lyrics. I'm not going to sing them for you. I don't know that you would appreciate that, but this part that I'm going to sing is near the end. It starts at 2 minutes and 11 seconds of the song, but it says, say what you think, love who you love, 'cause you just get so many trips round the sun. Yeah, you only live once. So make lots of noise, kiss lots of boys, or kiss lots of girls, if that's what you're into. When the straight and narrow gets a little too straight, roll up a joint, I would, and follow your arrow wherever it points. Yeah, follow your arrow wherever it points. And that's the title of my speech that I did at Toastmasters. Follow your arrow wherever it points. And the reason I use that as my theme song, in November 2013, I'd been in San Francisco for 3 years. I moved to San Francisco to get a job. I'd been a loan officer when a mortgage company in the mortgage industry crashed. And I had started a weekly newspaper, Coffee News, in the Northeast Georgia area, but it failed due to the economy. And I had taken a job in a high-end grocery store bakery. I worked my way up to bakery manager of the large store, and then 3 weeks later, I was offered a job in San Francisco, making 5 times what I was making, doing what I had left before I became a loan officer. So after 3 years of doing that, I moved to San Francisco. And after 3 years, I realized I really wasn't enjoying what I was doing. I loved the company I was with. I just wasn't happy doing what I was doing. And when I thought back on my last 10 years and when I spoke to my wife, we had both realized that I had been happiest when I worked for Coffee News, when I had my own Coffee News business, and I was able to work with businesses in the local area, marketing their business, selling ads, networking in community groups, chambers of commerce, and Business Networking International, all the different networking groups that I had belonged to. I had enjoyed marketing. I enjoyed that part of it when I was a loan officer doing this presentations to realtors and to, the local community groups about lending and how to buy a home and helping people achieve the American dream. And I wanted to get back into marketing, networking, and working within the community. We had just started a Toastmasters at our company, so I joined, so I could meet more people at the company and get into the company's community. I started marketing classes at UC Berkeley Extension, and then I took social media marketing strategy under Michael Brito, who's one of the most respected and renowned experts in social media marketing strategy. A passion was ignited, and an old flame was rekindled. Have you ever had that moment hit you, that aha moment? That moment when? One of my favorite quotes is from Mark Twain. The two greatest days in your life are the days you are born and the day you find out why. When that moment hit me, I sat down, awestruck. I knew that my why was to teach, mentor, speak, share, network, and to get back into building and helping the community and the members of the community grow and achieve their goals. And shortly after that aha moment, I heard Kacey Musgraves sing Follow Your Arrow. I decided then that I needed to follow my arrow wherever it pointed. It did become my theme song. I have it pop up on my reminder every morning. I had heard and got back into podcasting. I'd heard about podcasting, and so I started podcasting. I started blogging, started growing my Twitter following with the ultimate goal to follow my arrow and get into a position that would allow me to do my passion. I was having fun again, enjoying what I was doing. I stay up late. I get up early. I work on these things on weekends, doing what I love. And I kept thinking about my passion and trying to learn the things that would give me the skills to start my own social media business or go to work as a community manager for someone, something along that line in social media and social media marketing, whether it be internal or external. But my work was wearing on me. So I got a call to interview with a company doing basically the same thing that I was doing currently, but with control over the team and the application. I'm in IT, sort of working as a liaison between IT and the lending side of the company I work with. I didn't really want to move to Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is where the company was located, or more specifically, I didn't really want to do the same thing that I was doing. Spartanburg's a great town. It just had nothing to do with the location. I didn't really want to do the same thing. And then an opening for the internal community manager position opened at my own company. I never expected to get that position at my company. I interviewed. I had a passion. I had desire. Wow. You know what? Having passion can help you get the things that you want to get. Having passion, having that desire, having that dream, that vision, and doing the action steps that it takes to achieve that goal can work. I actually was offered both positions at the same time. It was a tough decision. Well, actually, no, it wasn't really that tough. A full-time job doing what I was not happy doing now for a company I don't know and working with people I don't know. Or the internal community manager position at a company that I loved, that I liked working for, with people that I liked hanging around with, that I was friends with, and doing what I was passionate about. I followed my arrow. It was pointing exactly where I aimed it. And folks, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you follow your arrow wherever it points, you can be successful. You can achieve your goals. Passion is important. So what I want to say is, follow your arrow wherever it points, but more importantly, aim it to where you want it to go, and then follow it to that destination, to that target, to that goal. I want to thank you for listening today. I apologize, I'm getting a little emotional, but I'm excited about achieving a goal that I've wanted to do, and I hope that you can do the same. And if I can help you, please let me know. I want to be your mentor. I want to help you get the goals that you set. Thank you for listening and helping me make it to the 6-month mark as we continue on our goal-getting path. We'll work together to achieve what you want to do. We'll work together to help you get the goals you set. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. I look forward to you coming back and listening next week, and we'll have more guests for you. Please let me know what you think of the show, the quote of the day, the guests that we're having. Who's your favorite guest? Go to our Goal Getting Podcast show notes, our webpage at goalgettingpodcast.com/6months, 6 months, number 6, MONTHS, and fill out a comment. Let me know what you think. I would appreciate it. This is Tony Woodall, your host for Goal Getting Podcast. Thank you, and make today great.